All right, Shalom. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Rakati Yahweh Rakati Yahushai, Bashim Makar Kadash. We give double honors to our apostle elders, which are apostle elders that rule the great millstone. To you hopeful elect on the four corners of the planet Earth, the confusion of faces coming in these last days. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai seal his elect and to get us up out of here, man. This is a lesson that just came to my mind with everything that's going on, with especially with guys that's changing up the doctrine and just different things that's happening, because it was prophesied in the last days men shall depart from the faith, man. Okay, so this lesson, the name of it is going to be called "Stay on Designated Path." Stay on designated path. Okay, and you see the sign here. Okay, there's different signs. Especially you see this one. Stay on designated path. Okay, because this truth it has a designated path. Once you see a pathway, if you go off of it, just like this, all right, you got a path and you don't want to stray to the right, you don't want to stray to the left. And there's the scripture in the Apocrypha where it says fire on one side and water on the other side. That's how this truth is, man. There's a designated path. And if you wander off the left to the right, man, that can lead to death. Okay, especially in the times that we're living in. If you're changing up the truth, Yahweh Shema Shai, you're playing with fire, man. All right. So this is the definition for designate. Okay, it says to choose someone or something for a special job or purpose, or to state that something has a particular character or purpose. And that's this truth, man. Okay, that's what this truth is designated as for a purpose. Okay, and it's the right path. There's only one path to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and that's this truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. You know. But let me get some more definitions real quick. All right, here we go. The word designate, it says to mark. It says to mark or point out, indicate, show, specify. And that's what the apostle elders have done by giving us the breakdowns, by giving us how to teach the scriptures. That's marking a point out, or to point out, indicate what is the right way. This truth has been indicated at what is the right way to go. What is the right breakdowns? What is the right understanding? That what? The heathens are going to get beat. Okay? That the Most High is only dealing with Israel. That the name of the Lord matters. These things are the path. They make up the path that we walk. Then, with you trying to add other things and so-called remix it or do whatever guys are doing, you're adding unto the scriptures and you're taking away. And there's a scripture, I'll read that real quick. Pull it up real quick. Revelations 22 and 19. And it says, let me pull it up right here. Let's get right into it. This is Revelations 22 and 19. It says, if any man shall take away from the words of this book or these prophecies, and what are you guys saying that, the mark of the beast isn't, the microchip is embargo, because the mark of the beast is a prophecy. Okay? And it says the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from things which are written in this book. And that's specifically speaking to you Israelites, because who has a place in the city? The heathens don't have a place in the city. The other nations don't have a place in the city unless you're a descendant of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and going to the 12 tribes of Israel. But they don't have a place in the city. So this is specifically talking to Israelites. They have the power to take away from the book because they have the understanding of the book that be given to them. So it's speaking about you Jakes, man. You 2/3 Jakes. It says, and Yahweh shall take out of his part out of the book of life, and who is written in the book of life. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native American descent. You Israelites, you lost 12 tribes of Israel. And it says, out of the book of life and out of the holy city and from the things which are written in this book. He which testified these things saith, surely I come quickly. Amen. Even so, come the Lord Yahweh Shai. All right, so he's coming, man. So you guys that are out here playing with the doctrine, that's a dangerous thing to be playing with, because you're not staying on the designated path. You're wandering off. Okay. So let's go into some of these words real quick. It says, if any man shall take away, let's go into this word take away. The word there is apario. 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 And it says to take away from, take away, remove, carry off the path. If you go off of the path, to cut off. And that's what a lot of these guys are doing. They're cutting off the understanding that they've been given and replacing it with some other wayward doctrine just because it sounds good. Oh, the precepts match. Oh, the precepts match. You got the understanding though? You know, the Sanhedrin thought their precepts matched, but they still couldn't see Yahweh Shai though. Okay, it's more than just having a book, man. It's having the Most High has to sup with you. It says the word there, the root word is apo. It says separation, of local separation after verb of motion from a place, i.e. of departing. See? Going off the path. Apo. Of fleeing, of separation of the part from the whole, where of a whole some part is taken. Of any kind of separation of things from another, by which the union of fellowship of the two is destroyed. And that's what they're trying to separate the understanding from the 12 tribes of Israel sign from all this different things. And then you got other groups that are negating the prophecy. Physical and distance of place, temporal distance of time, of origins, of place when anything is come befall, is taken. All right, going off the path. So let me jump into some of these precepts real quick, because of the explanation of that. The title of the video is there. This is 2 Timothy 3 and verse 14. And it says, continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of. See, you got to continue in that path. All right. If you learn and different things like that, well, you got to pray, and the Most High is going to bring it out, man. If it needs to be brought out, it'll be brought out through the Spirit. But don't you trying to jump the gun and do this and that, because that's not a spirit to be in. Because it says, continue down the things which thou hast learned and has been assured, okay? What's that word assured? Because why did you go out to the highways and the byways? Why did you decide to set up a camp? Because you were assured in yourself. Something in you that made you believe this wholeheartedly, and you jumped in it. But then now all of a sudden it's wrong. It's pesto. It says to make faithful, render trustworthy. This truth was trustworthy unto you, and you trusted it. Now all of a sudden it's changed. It's not what it is. Oh, it's not this, it's that. That means you never trusted it in the first place. To make firm, establish, to be firmly persuaded to, of. You have to be firmly persuaded, man. Okay? If you jump off of a so-called bridge, you can't just be like, you can't halfway do it. Jumping is jumping, man. When you jump off of it, that means you jumped. There's no, oh, let me try to renege. It's just like this truth. It's called a faith fall. When you do something, it's called a faith fall. You fall into it and you let go. That's a part of this truth. You got to let go of it, and it's going to lead you down the path you need to go. But first of all, you got to trust it and fall for it, man. Okay, you gotta jump into that truth and be assured of and know that it's coming from Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, and if there's revelations that come out, the Lord's gonna make it known. The Most High is not author of confusion, so He's not gonna confuse you, allow you to trust the truth, and then turn around and confuse you unless He doesn't want you. That's why it says serve the Lord with fear and trembling. All right. Let me keep going. This is 2 Timothy 1 and 13. This is 2 Timothy 1 and 13. It says, hold fast. It says, hold fast the form of sound words. And that's just true. Okay, you got to hold it fast, strongly. Let's look at that word fast there. The word there for fast is echo. It's echo. It says to have, i.e. to hold. To have, hold in hand, in the same of wearing, to have, hold, possess in the mind. So you got to possess this in your mind. You got to trust it in your mind. You got to have faith of it in your mind. You got to be persuaded in your mind. Okay? Refer to for alarm, agate, emotions, to hold fast, keep, to have comprised or involved, to regard or consider or hold as, i.e. own, possess. That's why it says, let no man take your crown. Because you got the crown, but you just got to keep it, man. Eternal things such as pertaining to property or riches of fortune or unsales of goods or at food, etc., used to join to any one by the bounds of natural blood, marriage, friendship, or duty. This is, you're bound to this thing, man. Once you hold fast to it, you're bounding yourself to a duty. Okay, you can't go on a damn crusade and then halfway through your crusade, you talking about, I don't know about this anymore. You've already done bodied people. You've already done things for the so-called belief that you have. You got to go for it, man. But that's why you have to be fully persuaded in your own mind before you do this thing. You got to understand. That's why it says what? Yahushua said to Thomas, blessed is thee that not seen but yet believe. That's why we're in this position of Abraham, the children of faith, man. We're believing on this truth in faith. All the things that we've been given is by faith. That's what we believe it is, by faith. There's no concrete proof, man. Esau has dabbled and changed up everything. That's why he felt in himself that he never was going to go down. Because he did such a good job at washing the dominoes, to say that, to put it in an example. But the Lord gave us the truth back in the understanding. The real Hebrew, the understanding of his name, the breakdowns that he's given to the men of Great Millstone, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and the men on down, man. It says, hold fast to the form of sound words, which thou hast heard of me, in faith and love. You have to love this thing. And then what do you see right now? These men aren't trying to correct in love. They're trying to correct in strife, to try to make themselves look good. Because you know what? They hurt, man. Something in them is hurt that they ain't never got over. So they're trying to only attack the doctrine because they're hurt about it, not because they're doing it out of love. Okay? They're not doing it out of care for the sheep. They're doing it out of spite. That's like a dude going out there feeding the sheep, but he's throwing the corn all mad. He's just throwing the corn at the sheep, and you know, he's not taking pride in his job no more. He's just mad at the owner of the farm, man. Gotta feed these sheep. Here you go, sheep. Take this corn. You know? That's the same thing, man. You gotta do what your job is, and you gotta do it with love and care for the sheep. Because these sheep belong unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They're not your sheep, man. You're a caretaker over the sheep. That's why, what did Yahushua tell Peter? It says, if you love me, what? Feed my sheep. If you love me, feed my sheep, man. If you love me, feed my sheep. That's not, these sheep don't belong unto us. That's why I always say the Most High is the one that's bringing his elect in, man. We just caring for the sheep that are coming to us, man. You know, through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. Let me get a couple of these scriptures. This is Titus 1 and 9. This is Titus 1 and verse 9. It says, hold fast the faithful word as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. And that's what we're holding on to. We're not holding on to our pride. We're not holding on to some kind of wayward doctrine. We're holding on to the faith, man, so we may help others, which is the sheep that's coming in that are gainsayers, because Israel is hard-headed, man. The Lord said that they will not listen to you because they will not listen to me. All right? So our people are hard-headed as hell. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, they're being woken up. That's why we got to hold on fast to the words that we've been given. So I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Barak to Yahweh, Barak to Yahushua, Ba'ashem Mekar Kodash. To you hopeful elect out there, keep faith, keep strong, keep hold of this thing, keep your crown, so Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua so fit to take us from this wicked place and bring us home. So with that, I want to say shalom and keep faith.